Ever since we started our 7 sub-series, people have requested that we take a look at the Leicester City bench that featured both Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy, and that's exactly what we're doing today. The bench we're looking at is the one for Leicester's final game of the 2012-13 season. In a thrilling match against rivals Nottingham Forest, Leicester emerged as 3-2 victors, which put them in the Championship playoffs. You may remember that in the playoffs themselves, Leicester were beaten by Watford in dramatic fashion. Here are the 7 Leicester subs for the final day of the 2012-13 season. Where are they now? Conrad Logan, Mansfield Town. Whilst Kane and Vardy have gone on to become England's 2 best centre-forwards, not everyone on that Leicester bench was so blessed. Irish goalkeeper Conrad Logan joined Leicester City at the age of 15, and he stuck around for 14 years. In that time, Logan made just 30 appearances for the Foxes, going out on loan 8 times. He left the club in 2015 for Hibernian, and now aged 31, he is currently the first choice for League 2 side Mansfield Town. Danny Drinkwater, Chelsea. If you'd have told Danny Drinkwater that he would go on to win the Premier League with Leicester, become a full England international, and make a £35 million move to Chelsea back in May 2013, and that he'd still only be the 3rd most successful player on the Leicester bench, he may have had a hard time believing you. A product of the Manchester United Academy, Nigel Pearson signed Drinkwater in January 2012, and he was Leicester's Player of the Season when they won the Championship a couple of years later. In the Premier League, Drinkwater formed a formidable midfield partnership with the tireless N'Golo Kante, a partnership which was reunited in September when Drinkwater headed to Stamford Bridge. Ben Marshall, Millwall. Former England under-21 international Ben Marshall has flattered to deceive throughout his career. At times he looked like a world beater, and a player who is sure to push on and become a Premier League footballer at the very minimum. Whether it be injuries or poor form, that just hasn't happened for Marshall, who is currently on loan at Millwall from Championship League leaders Wolves, aged 26. Capable of playing on either flank or through the middle, Marshall has a potentially devastating long shot and can deliver a really good ball into the box, but he lacks pace for a wide man. Jamie Vardy, Leicester City. Jamie Vardy became the most expensive non-league footballer in history when Leicester City paid Fleetwood Town a potential £1.7 million to acquire his services in 2012. You could probably assume that all add-ons in that deal have been activated, although we shouldn't think Leicester are too fussed. The former Halifax Town striker bagged 16 goals when Leicester were promoted from the Championship, before scoring an incredible 24 goals to help the Foxes win the Premier League 2 seasons later. He was named Premier League Player of the Season and went to the Euros with England. Now aged 31, Vardy is having yet another very good season at Leicester, and unless he gets injured, he'll be on Gareth Southgate's plane for the World Cup finals in Russia. Paul Gallagher, Preston North End. A very good player for Leicester City during his first 2 seasons with the club, Paul Gallagher seemed to fall out of favour when Nigel Pearson returned to the King Power Stadium. Like Marshall, Gallagher could play on either wing or off a frontman, but unlike Marshall, he is most commonly deployed these days as a central midfielder. Known as a technical midfield player and a set-piece specialist, Gallagher left Leicester for his current club Preston back in 2015. Capped once by Scotland back in 2004, Gallagher has made 27 appearances for Preston so far this season. Liam Moore, Reading. Linked with Celtic in the January transfer window only 2 or 3 months ago, centre-back Liam Moore is currently playing for Reading in the Championship. Highly regarded from a young age, Moore came through the youth ranks at Leicester, gaining international honours with England at under 17, under 20 and under 21 level. Moore made 33 appearances for the Foxes in the 2013-14 season as the club won the Championship title, and stepping up to life in the Premier League was expected to be a natural progression for the youngster. It didn't work out that way though, as Moore made only 11 league appearances as Nigel Pearson guided the team to a famous Great Escape. He dropped back down to the Championship with Reading in 2016, helping them reach the playoffs last season. Whilst the Royals are having a miserable campaign this term, Moore's stock is still high, and he's arguably the club's best player. Harry Kane, Tottenham Hotspur. Unlike the others in this 7, Harry Kane was only ever on loan at Leicester City. It was the last of his 3 temporary moves away from White Hart Lane, and he did little to suggest he would go on to become the 2nd quickest Premier League player to 100 goals. Kane came on as a 70th minute sub for Leicester's final game of the season against Nottingham Forest, replacing current Burton Albion winger Lloyd Dyer. Kane scored just 2 goals in 13 games for the Foxes, but he got his first real chance at Tottenham the following season, bagging 3 goals in 10 league games. The following year though, things took off for the centre forward, who hit 33 goals in all competitions. Kane is now a 2-time Premier League Golden Boot winner who has scored 134 goals in 204 games for Spurs at the age of 24. By far and away England's best player, Kane has scored 12 goals from 23 caps for his country, and Gareth Southgate will see him as his talisman in Russia. So that's it for the top 7. Thanks for watching, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to HITC 7s.